So, man, podcast birthdays are always good, be it for people or for albums.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because today is a huge birthday. None other than Fred Durst turning another year old. Oh, that's not where we're going to go?
This is like 80 now?
It looks like it, right?
Did you see that picture of him? The most recent one that, like, clearly that motherfucker's wearing a wig. Clearly. Right?
That was from but that was right at the beginning of the pandemic, right?
That one that's been circulating recently?
Yeah.
Fuck no, that was about a month ago.
I'm thinking of a different one, and he looked fucking rough then, and that was over a year ago.
That would explain the wig. Yeah, Fred Durst is never what you called looking good. Look good, buddy.
So it's odd because I don't think they're actually really fans of each other, but he kind of reminds me a bit, in a way, of Phil Anselmo. Because the fact is that although I will say that I'll give Fred Durst this, he was the biggest name in Limp Bizkit, whereas you could make the argument.
Wes Borland was a close second, I would say.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you could make the argument, but I mean, the other side of that, man, it was the fucking Abbott brothers in Pantera, you know. Phil Anselmo he was the front man, but damn it, he never got the respect of a front man. And I feel that Fred Durst has got the same respect issue.
He never got it, but he always fucking demanded it, especially the fans.
Still is now. Still is.
To a point of nausea.
Rocklahoma's coming up, and that guy's basically doing a Pantera tribute band with half of Pantera.
That is how he's been getting his nut.
Well, he ain't going to get it off of any of his other nonsense.
Yeah, very true.
And I don't know why we're leading. Well, that's on me.
Well,
we're leading off talking about Fred Durst. That's my fault.
It is Dimebag's birthday as well.
Right?
So the Pantera lead in it makes sense.
Yeah, and wow, what a whole fucking melange of weird metal news we have for this week. Normally, I know we always try to go in order of kind of what the name of this podcast is, but I think today demands a little difference because if you start looking at it, we can talk metal in and out throughout this entire episode. But
yeah.
Dean Guitars, who really the last bastion they had of making money was off of Dimebag Darrell.
The legacy of Dimebag Darrell.
But then apparently, okay, and I don't know who's right and who's wrong. Fuck, they could both be wrong. I don't know. But so Dime's girlfriend, right? I guess
Rita Haney.
They never got married, you know.
Nope, just fuck buds.
And but she is kind of the executor of his estate.
Sure.
And
especially now that Vinny's dead.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, because there's nobody left in that family.
Yeah,
so,
shit. I wonder who's running Vinny's shit.
That's actually a really good question. But the problem becomes then, so I guess, if I'm not wrong here, I think Dean was wanting to put out another Dime signature, right?
Yeah, they're all so drastically different.
Well, but then obviously then you get around to talking about rights, you know. And apparently they wanted to cut, this is according to the other side, they wanted to scale that money way back. Like
makes sense.
Quarter to a half of what their deal originally was, because he went back to Dean a couple months before he got shot.
Right. Yeah, and it was like something he always wanted. It was his dream. He loved it, but that other dude was running it at the time.
Well, and entirely different folks are running it now. And they had made the argument, it's like, well, yeah, but, you know, his legacy isn't worth what it used to be. So I know that to a certain extent that they tried to really undercut what Dime's estate thought that his name should be worth to be slapped onto a guitar years and years and years after his death. Well, that's not actually cool. Dean it puts Dean in a bad spot, and it makes him look really bad to say, well, he's not that big anymore because he's been dead for a long time. That's not a good look.
And especially for a fucking musician in a genre that is so loving of their icons. I mean, you could fucking tell someone, I don't like your metal band. They might fuck you up.
Right.
They could kick your ass.
Sure.
So Dime stays alive because of the fans fucking keeping him there.
Right. Not Dean Guitars.
Fuck no. Dean, I mean, shit. Dean is a sinking shit show right now.
I would have to say, actually, and with Dimebag Darrell not being alive now, I have zero desire to ever even own a Dean. They're wacky-looking fucking dumb guitars.
And they're heavy as fuck.
Sure, yeah.
They're so heavy.
Hey, but they're balanced because that fucking headstock is about the size of a boat oar, so why not, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I already got neck problems as it is.
But with all of that, yeah, happy birthday, wherever you may be, Dimebag Darrell, off in the void. Happy birthday, Fred Durst, whatever. But happy birthday to the Black Album. 30 years ago today, which means I've been into the Black Album for 28 years now.
I fucking remember. Oh, God, here we go.
I was stationed in Okinawa, well, when I got turned on to this. Because going through high school, man, everybody who was a Metallica fan was an asshole. I mean, they were out vandalizing shit like the Cholos did down in El Paso. They were like writing shit on all kinds of stuff, but it's all Metallica.
Yeah.
Usually misspelled, because that's
of course.
That was the fan base back in the 80s. And I just never, ever... I actually viewed Metallica as what was wrong with metal at the time. Kind of actually almost, in a way, between them and a few other bands, kind of drove me to punk.
I can understand that. I understand that because the fucking Black Album sound is people would say Justice is the linchpin for when things really started to change. I disagree. I think that's just sour grapes in hindsight.
I think Master of Puppets was when it kind of changed, right?
Shit, that's when they went epic.
Yeah.
That's when Hetfield started kind of fucking trying to sing a little bit.
And that was actually, and I mean, I might have been able to get into him there, but I didn't give a shit because I was getting ready to go in the Marines.
And you had Iron Maiden. You were good.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I was already in the punk scene by then.
That's true.
I was already balls deep into that.
And you cannot jam metal if you're into punk at the moment.
No, because metal sounds too slow. Sounds like old man music if you're into the shit I was into.
That's what made Motorhead great. It bridged punk and metal.
So did Anthrax to a degree. Yeah. I mean, thrash kind of really melded the two.
Sure.
But so I was never a Metallica guy. So I get over to Okinawa. Now, Black Album, mind you, had been out for almost 2 years because I think we're talking like a time frame of like maybe July of '93, I want to say. So It was coming up on 2 years, the anniversary, which is odd because you were telling me before we started the show that, fuck, those guys were still touring on Black Album.
Yeah, like, they toured on that for over 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I'd been born in the 70s.
What a fucking show that probably was. But
fucking Jack gets to brag about it all the time. I'm sure we'll hear about it eventually.
Right.
I mean, I've heard it before. Don't tell me about it anymore.
Metallica at the Cow Palace?
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
But so I'm living in the sergeant barracks because, this is toward the end of my time in the Marines. So I'm living in these nice barracks, but the problem is it's kind of like, the nickname I think was Mortuary Manor because nothing ever fucking happened there. It was just a bunch of sergeants that aren't going to fucking do anything crazy.
Oh, so it's like the safest place to be.
Yeah. But there was a dude lived down the hall from me, and he stood all of about, I might be giving him too much credit, but he was about 5 foot even. Maybe 5'1".
Ooh, so just above a midge.
He, right above a midge.
Is that still okay? Midge?
But he was, I think, right?
I hope so.
But he had the short man complex.
Oh, no.
He was in the heaviest of metals that were available. Rode a Harley in the States, kind of shit, Gotta show everybody how badass he is. And that would be okay if he was just a short dude. But he also had these fucking bottle glasses, things fucking had a profile. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how thick are those glasses, dude? The lens is like 3/4 of an inch or some shit,
What exactly are you trying to see?
But during that time, man, I'd kind of gotten out of music almost entirely. Almost. To a degree. I think I'd kind of been getting into grunge. I think before I deployed, I believe that I had really kind of started getting into grunge to a degree, a pretty big degree. So Pearl Jam was my jam. As a matter of fact, I know it was because, man, I was listening to we were just talking about Tin. I was listening to Tin whenever we deployed Team Spirit, when I went to the Philippines. I mean, everywhere we went, I was jamming the second side. That's what I'd fall asleep to, second side of Tin.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was my jam. So to embrace Metallica that felt like a real weird sacrilegious thing to me at the time. But that dude did. He's like, man, he said, you've got to at least give it a listen. At least.
Well, of course. Yeah, I thankfully now I feel like we give a lot of music a shot. Try to give it as open-minded a shot as we possibly can. More times than not, shit just hits the wall and slides right down.
Yeah.
Sometimes things stick.
Well, the Black Album did. And it actually wasn't even the heavier stuff on the Black Album. This is the real ballad-driven shit was what really, really kind of turned my gears. Enter Sandman I wouldn't necessarily call a ballad. That was probably the heaviest track on the record that I was a big fan of. But, you got Unforgiven. You've got, God damn it, my mind went blank. I would say probably Nothing Else Matters was the big one. Shit. Nothing Else Matters, Unforgiven, Wherever May Roam, Sad But True. I mean, a lot of the slower but heavy driving kind of ballad shit.
The chugging riff.
And I realize those of you listening are like, oh, you're into the poser shit.
Fuck you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, because I wasn't a fan of Metallica.
People fucking think I'm into the poser shit because I like Load and Reload.
That's the weird one to me because when Load came out, man, I tried to give that one a chance. I went, well, this is no fucking Black Album. And I gave up on Metallica right then. All the way, I can remember when Saint Anger came out, and I immediately went, nope.
Those were tough times.
Yeah, and I was like, no, this is a band that had one great album. And then Death Magnetic came out. And then that was a little bit of a different tale. And then Hardwired, years after that. Oh yeah, no, those are the three for me. It's a Black Album, Death Magnetic, and Hardwired, and not even necessarily in that order.
You have a very unique fandom of this band,
sure,
which is really cool. It really is because it's amazing to me. There are some albums that Metallica fans universally all agree on that you don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not saying you're like 1 out of 100. I'd say you're like 10 out of 100.
Right.
Because these last, fucking Saint Anger excluded, of course, fucking Death Magnetic, Hardwired, the S&M sequel, I'll even throw the movie in there just because the soundtrack was fucking on fire. There's a lot to like in the past 15 years.
Right.
Past 20 years even.
Sure. And that's kind of more where... because that's the one thing about being a casual fan, because I don't have to invest in albums that are a little weird to me. I mean, Load and Reload still seem a little weird to me.
Sure. And I get that. I feel like, the big reason why they stick with me is because that was my teenage Metallica, sadly.
Right.
Was Load and Reload. Putting it up against any other era, the 80s era, even the 2000s era, being a teenager or being a fucking older dude that just finally got their nails into the band. It's the shittiest era to enjoy because then you're fucking able to drink and Saint Anger comes out. Of course I'm going to be an alcoholic.
Well, let's hit the track listing then and go down it. Since it is the 30th birthday today, so it leads off with Enter Sandman.
Written by James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Kirk Hammett.
Well, that makes sense, right?
Well, it does until you hear the rest of it.
Okay. Oh, because Newsted's really active on the rest of it, or...
He's on
absent.
there.
Oh,
He's on there.
Enter Sandman is one, but it's been overplayed to a great degree.
It's one of those that it's in the museum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is an anthem.
It's Freebird.
It is the ultimate. It's the entry music into metal, if you ask me.
Yeah, but it is one. It's like, man, I can respect what it is. I'm not going to fire up YouTube or anything like that and bring up Enter Sandman right off the bat.
They put on, if there's like a live version or something, or they've done a something different with it, I'll check it out. But I'm not searching Enter Sandman to start my day.
Right. Second track, Sad But True, followed by Holier Than Thou, followed by Unforgiven, which they have gone back. When it dropped, it was called Unforgiven. Now you look at anything that says Unforgiven 1. So,
well, it's a trilogy.
I know, but still, Wherever I May Roam, Don't Tread on Me. See, this is where we start getting to, with the exception of one, this part of the record starts getting to be a little. You better be a fan of the band, and this is the shit I'm into now off the Black Album. Is Through the Never. Nothing else matters aside from that one. That's the exception.
Oh, sure.
Of Wolf and Man, The God That Failed, My Friend of Misery, The Struggle Within. What a hell of an album that is. If you're talking about just those, and if it was on an EP, That's crazy shit right there, because it's like, wow, none of those really had huge commercial success. If you combine that with, say, I don't know, about the middle tracks on Death Magnetic, make a big full record out of it, what a fucking crazy Metallica. It would be similar to Load and Reload, but it'd be a record I could really get behind.
Right. Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, so they toured on this album for 3.5 years for a reason. Played it in Russia. Played it in front of 250,000 fucking people that were getting their ass beat by Russian cops. This band is done with this one album. It's fucking amazing.
Well, this album basically made them never have to worry about money again, which is a crazy thought for any metal act.
Yeah, shit. There's no other metal band that really has that problem. I think Dave Mustaine will have to continue doing something.
As he is.
Sure, yeah. Especially music related. That dude is pooping them out. Jason Newsted does have writing credits on this album, thank God.
Well, and that's gonna make him not have to work really.
No, actually, there's a really cool thing. Of course, they're putting out a big mega Uber 30th anniversary deluxe box. It's like $250, and they did an unboxing of it, and Jason Newsted did it. Like, it was on Metallica's YouTube page, but Jason Newsted unboxed it. We'll have to check it out because you can still hear it in his voice, but the way he goes through the box, like he fucking is able to tell a few tales while he's going through it. That's
pretty badass.
In like 15 minutes. It doesn't take long at all.
Well, somebody other than Lars must have,
I don't know. That it's so crazy
to post it to their page, but yeah.
Because the last one was the And Justice for All 30th anniversary, and Kirk Hammett did that one, I think. And I saw it pop up my feed like, oh, Black Album unboxing. Well, let's see what the fuck's in there. Who is this curly-haired motherfucker wearing a Toby Keith cowboy hat? Oh, my God, that's Jason Newsted.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was a cool surprise because Jason Newsted was always my favorite member of that band.
Right. He quit the band, man.
He fucking quit the band. That might have been my best Lars Ulrich.
But anyway, so happy 30th to the Black Album.
Which, by the way, the funny thing is Jason Newsted wrote My Friend of Misery that opens with that bass line. Boom, 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 boom. That's his. Wow. That's what he got. But Hetfield and Ulrich as well.
Right.
Hetfield and Ulrich threw out, baby.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's got to be kind of a weird one. But I am glad that guy is at least acknowledged in that, and they allowed that bass line to stand. Because, man, that guy's bass lines, when they go through and anybody isolates them now and then drops them in, it fucking doesn't sound like the same song.
Dude, and he fucking plays bass with hardcore aggression back then.
Yeah.
He plays like Lemmy, only he's not trying to make that bass sound like a guitar.
Like an extra guitar, right?
Yeah, he's just trying to make it sound like a bass, but playing it with the same ferocity.
You making fun of my bass playing, sir?
It's very punky.
Shit. So what interesting tales of the Black Album do you have? Because I revealed my experience with it.
The first time I received oral was to the Black Album.
Oh, no shit.
It was on in my car.
Last week. No.
Fuck you. No, this was like right before graduation, I want to say.
Right on.
I've told tales. Well, I don't think I've told tales of her on here, but I've told tales at the Mead Hall of a German exchange student.
Right.
Yeah, it was that girl.
Good man.
It was like a storybook ending to a high school career I was ready to say goodbye to.
Yeah. I think that's the one interesting thing. You and I both really fucking didn't care for our high school years.
No.
And whenever I hear assholes like really talking wistfully and nostalgically about it, it's like, fuck's wrong with you?
And I'm on there like, who the fuck did you bully to have such a great high school experience, motherfucker? Because you didn't just walk through it all willy-nilly. Don't tell me that. Fuck, I work for a guy right now who was bullied me in high school. I've said it multiple times on here.
Yeah.
But the other really great one, and of course it's sexual in nature. Well, I mean, not as far. It's just the situation. Nibbles. We've talked about Nibbles a time or two here. A very awesome titty bar that no longer exists.
Gentleman's Club in Lubbock. Yes. They used to be there.
Gentlemen. I believe they got the T out and just called it Gentlemen. We would go every other Saturday, but occasionally we'd go on a Tuesday because we like to be adventurous.
Sure.
We went on one Tuesday, and there were 3 girls there. Which was great because there were 3 guys there. Me, Ruben, and my nemesis. Who decided to come to time. Ruben, who we know is very frugal.
Love strip clubs, though. That is the weird nexus, isn't it?
Brought a $50 bill to Vegas and wanted it to last for 3 days. Updated, didn't work. And this Mexican gal comes out kind of thick, kind of a lot.
It was a Tuesday at
the
secondary strip club.
I don't want to say like fat or chunky even. I want to say like filled out. Like there's no rolls. It's all lines, nice smooth lines, just a bigger gal. Very limited grasp of the English language. However, only stripped to Metallica songs.
Man, I can respect that.
That's
a theme stripper right there.
And with that being the only 3 girls there that night, we got to hear a lot of Metallica. But this girl was dirty. Because I was like, I got to get this girl in the back room, man. Problem is, she's not going to dance to like a Metallica song because she'll be out there grinding on my junk.
Right.
So basically, long story short, as soon as Puddle of Mud, She Hates Me was ending and the next song was about to begin, meaning your dance is over.
Sure.
Wants me to like pass her an extra 20 to go out back and get a little work done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shit you not. I gave it some thought. I really did because I was drunk. It was
$20. Goddamn.
I know. I was like, it's a bargain. I had to decline because I've seen too many movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like movies, while they're not 100% true, I feel like they get sluts accurate. I feel like they get strippers as sluts accurate.
Well, man, with Nibbles, where it was located at, I'd be worried I'd get outside and I'd get jacked with a fucking sock full of quarters and I'd wake up at a hospital.
That was one worry I never had. Nibbles felt like a safe place.
Oh, God, this is a bad area.
Oh, yeah. Well, fuck, it was right next to that fucking gas station / place you buy your beer to go take the nibbles. Now, Boom Boom Cabaret, I felt like I get stabbed at. But this girl, she would come out and dance like Fuel, which is the fucking NASCAR, apparently fucking national anthem now.
Really?
They love that song because it has fuel in it.
NASCAR people?
It's about racing.
Okay.
But she would sing the songs while she was like poor English, but when she was singing these Metallica songs, you couldn't tell.
Shit, maybe that's the thing that made her helped her learn the English language, huh?
Like, what was it? Well,
like PBS. It's like Metallica's a version of PBS, really.
It's like Wayne's World when Wayne asks Tia Carrere's character, "So how'd you learn English so well?" College and the Police Academy movies.
Yeah, Zhang. All right,
Zhang.
The man Nibbles up. I'm not gonna lie. I've been at Nibbles twice.
Ooh, I got you by like 6-fold.
Oh, I'm sure.
At least.
Oh, I'm sure. The reason it was only 2 is because, man, so the first time I went, it was actually a good time. It was like a Saturday night after a Texas Tech football fucking game.
Ooh, poppin' night, dude.
Yeah.
After a game or after a concert is when you go.
Yeah, and I mean, so it was great. Went another time, and there was like nothing going on. It was the summer. Texas Tech out on break, because you can't tell me Nibbles wasn't basically your college. That was the one for your college kids.
Yeah.
Players Club, that was for your fucking landed gentry in Lubbock, because it was expensive as shit.
Right, and then they had that like bunny run that was on the way to Nibbles.
Never went there.
Me neither, because it looked more like a porn store than a strip club. Nah.
But second time I went, it was like, and there were hardly anybody in there. There was like a dozen people there, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, kinda. And this chick comes out like a strawberry blonde hair, real scrawny little chick, hardly any tits, right?
Okay.
And it's fine because that's players. That's like cream of the crop because at least she was pretty,
Right.
Doesn't have a lot of the merch though, that you'd expect, but that's okay. And I mean, we dropped. I don't remember what it was. It was like 20. I think it's $20 to bring your cooler in. I think
that ain't bad.
Yeah. So, and it's not. Now where they get you is if you bring in liquor, because it's a pain in the ass to bring a cooler, and you better have some friends, right? Otherwise, you can bring in a bottle of liquor, and then you're buying their mixers. That's where they fucking get you.
Unless you don't need them.
No, if you're drinking just straight liquor. And if you're at Nibbles, why not, right? But
never brought liquor to Nibbles.
Man, so this chick comes up, kind of giving, a little bit of a preview of a lap dance a little bit, and I'm kind of on board. I'm real drunk. I'm a little high. And then I notice it in the light. I see the cesarean scar.
Ooh. Does that take you? Does it shock you to see it?
Well, let's just say if I was to go buy a loaf of Wonder Bread and there's a big fucking hole in the middle of it, I might be less inclined to buy said loaf.
Was she really pale?
Yes.
That would explain it, because black lights make us pale folk look very dark.
Yeah.
And any scars just
pop
right the fuck out.
I mean, you could have made the argument, like, if her hair was a little lighter, you could have made the argument she's an albino. But yeah.
Damn.
Yep. No titties and real white. Well, because that skin turns purple under the dark lights.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it does.
And them scars, they come out. And that was a big scar, dude. Right under the belly button.
Must have been a big boy. I've never been to a strip club high.
Oh, I'm not proud of it, but I that's almost exclusively me, with a couple of exceptions.
Damn, I need to try that out. I feel like I would spend less money.
You do, and then they get a little bit angry at you. They do.
Yeah, that's true. Well, fuck them. I paid my admission. Go fuck your mouth.
The funny thing is, like, the one time I can guarantee I wasn't high, and that was when I was in Phoenix and went to a strip club for lunch, which I've regaled all of you with this tale before. But yeah, no, I was cold sober when we popped in there, not when we left. But
I remember that food being pretty good.
Idea of a food at a strip club for the lunch hour and dudes in ties and coats coming in.
If they have one of those lists online, be like, you get 5 points for doing this, 10 points for doing that. How much points would you get for eating a buffet at a strip club? All of them?
Quite a few, right?
I would say if you're not hitting triple digits with that, your list don't mean shit.
That one in Phoenix was a weird one, man, because they opened at like 10 in the morning, and I think we piled in about 10:30, me and my friend Mike, and walked in. I was like, what the fuck is that? And he goes, oh, yeah, they have a buffet. I went, what? Because you can smell it, right? It's like, it's one of those, you don't expect that, right? The senses go a little fucking wacky on you. Because, like, I expect to smell a lot of things. Food, not one of them.
Cigarettes, Black and Milds, and
peach body oil.
9 kinds of Summer's Eve.
And Stetson cologne, because it was still out in Phoenix. So,
yeah,
in that era.
Oh, was that there? Oh, damn.
And that the early 90s, mid 90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
And the problem is I have with that, and if you're a Stetson wearer, I'm not really trying to insult you individually, just all of you. Stetson smells like piss to me. It smells like piss.
I cannot recall the smell. I haven't smelled it in years.
Lucky dick. Because, man,
I don't hang out with fuckheads.
Yeah. Well, you'd get a pretty good whiff at Goobers, I think, once in a while, whenever they have their honky night.
Oh, I was too busy getting free drinks and spinning those ones and twos for the honkies.
Spinning them records.
Ooh, man. God, I want to be a DJ. Now I know why these assholes want to do it. I just want to do the little bar shit, though. I want to do the bar circuit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do, like, MMA judging on the side. Now, I want that to be my retirement.
Well, at least you got goals, right?
I don't know if they're good.
The other times when I was at Players Club, I think I might have been sober when I walked in Players Club one time. But the rest of it, no, not so much.
Now, I've never walked into a titty bar drunk either. I got it done on premises.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give this individual a name. Let's call him Dave. Had a birthday, and no, we were all drunk. Him, one of his other bandmates. The other one stayed sober because he was kind of the DD.
Responsible.
Yeah, but no.
Very
dude,
nice.
That was the night that he vomited down his pickup truck door down the passenger side. That's the way to celebrate a birthday right there. But no, we were all drunk. And, dude. And you can always tell when it's time to go because he was getting tired of it. But, man, the rest of us were still having a pretty good time.
That's the problem when you got a DD. It's like, bro, I know you have all the power, but you don't dictate.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the birthday boy.
Oh, the birthday boy is like, I think I'm good.
Yep. And to let us know that he was good is when when he's sitting there, he put his shades on inside, letting us know that he's not having the time of his life as he'd expect.
Is that what that means?
I guess. But actually, the real closer is then he put a joint in his mouth. I was like, okay, it's time to go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out.
Break some laws here, boys.
Yeah, this is fucking Texas. They'll throw our ass in jail and we won't see the light of day.
I mean, you might have a few people come ask you for a hit, and then you're all accomplices.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what it was. He was just birthday boy wanted to throw back a little of the ganja.
Well, I gotta appreciate that feeling because when I feel like it's time for a joint, I'm gonna have that joint.
Yeah.
I will try to do it in the most discreet and respectful way possible, but I will have it.
I guess we all have our approach, right?
That's right. Mine is to take it out, light it, and smoke it.
I went to Players Club another time with this friend of mine, Brandon, not you.
Good man.
And man, I was shit faced, and that was the night. Man, I don't know. They were trying to tell me I was buying some lap dances. I don't think so. I think I lost about $200 that night, and I don't recall. I recall like 2 lap dances.
Wow.
Now, of course, Players Club also at Budweiser is going to run you back in those days like $7.50, $8. Nowadays it'd be about 15 probably, but yeah.
See, that's the other thing. I've been so spoiled by free beverages in Vegas when I'm gambling and bringing my own liquor to titty bars that that's how I want to always do it.
Well, they'd had this other one that I thought about going to because after Players Club closed, I did like Players Club because it did feel a little upscale. Well, you had to convince yourself of that shit when you part with that kind of money for beers, but they'd open
blow your brains out.
But they'd open that one that Rick's place, right? I don't know if you remember. It's kind of like a Casablanca themed strip bar. It was supposed to be real upscale.
Damn,
It was open for like a year and a half.
Didn't do well.
Well, let's just put it this way. I kept putting it off. It's like I'll get there one of these days. I'll get there one of these days. Fucking no, it's gone. They had apparently a chain of them though throughout Texas, but they were only ever in cities that had a good-sized college population because all their strippers were all college girls.
That's right.
Did you hear about the strip club down in Houston that's in some hot water now?
What'd they do? What did they do now?
They sent a stripper home and said, no, we have enough black ladies tonight. Come back another time.
Well, that could have just been painted differently.
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to say this. I don't give a fuck. If I walk in a place and it's nothing but ebony, that's
true.
A good day.
Not that it's an issue, but if this guy is if he has this weird fucking math in his brain of I need 4 redheads, 2 blondes.
Well, somebody's overthinking if that's the case.
Yeah, it's just, are they pretty and naked?
But I mean, that shit was in Houston, and I learned about it yesterday here in Portales, New Mexico. So clearly it's a thing. Anything race-related blows up. So
that's a bummer.
And that one is a bummer. It's like, what? I've never even thought about that when I walk into a strip club. I'm not looking at distribution. No, I don't need diversity.
Honestly,
I'm whatever.
I'm listening to music before. If you could be a solid 10 and you come out jamming in something I don't dig, you're automatically like an 8. Right. I'll still give you some money, but I'm out because of the tunes. You could be a 7 and come out to a music I like, and you are a 10, depending on how many beer I had in me.
Talking about ratings. So is it a thing to have then, if you're going to rate a lady on a scale of 1 to 10, is there a graduated scale for, say, I don't know, a Portales 10 compared to, say, I don't know, a Lubbock 10 compared to, say, I don't know, a St. Louis 10?
You got to look at it this way. It's a matter of seeding. It's like the hottest gal from Portales is ranked up against the hottest girl from Las Vegas. Who do you think is going to be ranked higher right off the bat?
Las Vegas, sure.
Of course. And that's like a 1/16 thing. You're spoiled in your own pond.
Is it offensive that? Well, it would be if you said it to him directly, but is it kind of a little crossing a line to say she's an 8.5, and your friends look at you and go, Portales 8.5?
Well, but see, that's
because then in Lubbock that's like a 6.5, right?
Depends on what day it is.
School year, non-pandemic,
Not traveling down like Q at 2 a.m.
No, not at 2. Not at 2.
Q at 2.
Depot District, 10 p.m.
I feel like ladies know. I feel like deep down they know. It's just like telling a man something they already know. It's like, motherfucker, I know. I know this shit. I know I'm hot here.
Think ladies got pecking order?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we should have had Chris on. Huh. Oh, well.
I need to be proven otherwise. But I feel like there's a pecking order.
I guess. I don't know. Man, ladies operate on a whole different weird level than dudes. We're pretty base. We're just nothing but fucking cavemen with a good vocabulary.
There's a male pecking order, and we told it to go fuck itself. We're the wastelanders. We're the troll people.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I can embrace that.
We pull it off. We have the facial hair for it.
Any other Metallica / strip club related?
Well, lots. Well, I thought we got to wrap this shit up in 15, 20 minutes. No, I mean, what's there to say about the Black Album that hadn't been said by thousands of other fucking people?
Yeah. Well, I'm always kind of curious on something that is... Now, the problem is that the Black Album probably has been picked over so much that it's almost impossible to do. But often you can find something that's pretty damn popular in people's eyes and still be able to get kind of a bit of a unique take. Black Album? I don't know about that.
Black Album has been dissected, devoured, and gorged upon.
Yeah.
There are no secrets to that album anymore.
Where do you place it then in the grand scheme of all Metallica albums for your preference? For me, it's like third. And occasionally second, depending on how drunk I am.
Are we including, like, Garage Inc., the two S&M albums?
Probably
Are we
not.
including live and cover shit?
I'm
or
thinking,
just straight up
I'm thinking maybe
studio
not
albums?
the S&M stuff, but maybe Garage, though.
Yeah, because they did go to the studio to do that fucking initial one. Okay, that one wouldn't even rank, though. I mean, it's there, but it's there for nostalgia more than anything. I'd probably have it 4th out of 5th.
Okay.
4 out of 5.
Okay. But that's still a respectable position. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people that are a little more casual in their fandom would have it a lot higher, like myself.
Out of 10, 11 albums, I have it certainly in the 30 percentile. For sure.
Yeah. Man, I can get that. And knowing you, because knowing you have Load and Reload ahead of it.
I don't have Reload.
Okay.
Load's ahead of it. Reload's right behind it. I got...
Like the old Load sandwich.
Basically, for me, it's going to be Puppets on the top. It's going to be Death Magnetic at second.
Solid. That's my number one. But yeah.
Third is going to be Justice. That third's going to be Load. Fourth is going to be Black Album. Fifth is Justice. Sixth is Reload. And then... Because, I mean, I really liked Hardwired.
Is it too new?
I want to say there's too much. 20 songs, and I really love...
Damn, I knew it was a lot. I didn't know it was 20.
And I love 3. I really love 3.
Yeah.
I Spit Out the Bone.
It's
Spit Out the Bone
jammer.
makes that fucking album a bang.
It puts it about number 2 or 3 on my list.
I think that's track 20.
Yeah.
I think. But it's so... There's so much, and then they put out music videos for all of it.
Yeah.
It was such a digestive fucking experience for me that I came away like eating at a buffet and like I remembered 3 things I really liked from it.
So what am my takeaway then? It's better for a band, just like with comics, it's better for a band to leave you wanting more than just give you every fucking thing you want.
Yeah. That's what I really liked about Load and Reload. That shit was recorded all at the same time. Beer. And we got it over the span of about 12 to 18 months. This 28-track fucking banger, in my opinion. Exactly. And it was just too much. It was too much. Now, though, with it being 5 years later, I think, I've been able to digest it all.
Yeah.
And there's like a solid half of that album I really enjoy. But at the end of the day, if you tell me to put on a song from Hardwired, I'm putting it on fucking the title track, I'm putting it on Atlas, or I'm putting it on Spit Out the Bone.
So let's get back to Black Album then here real quick.
Apologies, friends. My voice is beginning to leave me.
And I have to let the dog out real quick.
Who let the dog out?
So, off the Black Album, what's your 1, 2, 3 on tracks?
Okay. Well, damn, this is a hard one.
That's what she said.
Hey-oo. All right. I'm leaving. I mean, Sandman's not going to be on there because I feel like even eventually, if it wasn't the third song, it'd be the fourth song.
And my problem is, too, the ones that are really, really overplayed, through no fault of their own, I'm going to rank them a little lower. So I mean, you're probably not going to see Unforgiven or Nothing Else Matters or Sandman. None of those.
Pretty
three.
much, yeah. The singles, probably not. My Friend of Misery is probably my favorite song off that album.
I go Sad But True #1 for mine.
Okay, and after that, I would throw Holier Than Thou on there. It's short and it's a blister of a track.
I go God That Failed.
I was going to put God That Failed for 3 for me.
And I go My Friend Misery for 3.
God damn. Fucking consensus.
Well,
Shit.
well, at least we're not fucking wrong.
Yeah, I mean, because like after you hear those songs, you're gonna hear the rest of it.
Yeah, no, there's that.
Now, also quickly, I just need to tout the success of this motherfucker. This thing has been on the Billboard 200 as of the year 2020.
Okay.
And I'm sure 2021, it's probably still on there. However, in 2020, it was still at the 177th level. I mean, dude, I know Dark Side of the Moon has done similar things, but even that dropped off the charts.
It did finally after, I want to say Dark Side of the Moon was up there like 25 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Am I just pulling a number out of my ass? Absolutely. But I mean, it was a solid fucking like generation.
Well, let me pull up this list.
Okay. Billboard Top 200?
Weeks on Billboard 200.
It's a good search.
Let's see. Well, I was just about to say something that sounded unfeeling. I don't care about the female stuff.
That'll get you kicked off Jeopardy.
I'm looking for the most specific thing. Let's see. I'm gonna try. No, I don't care about #1. I want just on it.
Weeks on Billboard Top 200 record.
Okay. So there is a top 5, we'll say. Most weeks on the chart, not consecutive,
Gotta
just
be Dark
total.
Side of the Moon #1, right?
Would you want to venture a guess at their weeks?
Man. Okay, 52 weeks in a year. That'd be 520. That's 1,040. I'm going to go ballpark of about 1,250.
958.
Oh, wow. I overshot the shit out of that.
Total weeks, yeah.
Check out this 10-inch dick, ladies.
God damn. Coming in second is legend Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At 691 weeks. Very precipitous drop off.
That's about,
People
what, 11 and a half, 12 years?
People love Dark Side of the Moon, bro. See, 52 weeks, that's more about like 5 or 6 years.
52 weeks is 1 year, sir.
Yeah. 598, 691. That's
what I'm saying, is that it's ballpark, what, about 12 years, huh?
I was saying like...
Because 520 would be 10 years, so...
Yeah, but that's like a difference of 270-something weeks. So that's more like 5-6 years.
Around 5. Okay, well, we'll call it 15. Fuck it.
Journey's greatest hits album. Journey's greatest hits, 681 weeks.
Getting them panties wet.
Metallica's Black Album, 620 weeks.
620. And is that still
and
active?
Is currently charting as we speak.
That's what I was wanting to know. Ultimately, that's what
so's Bob Marley, so's Journey, and right below that is Eminem. Eminem's fucking greatest hits at 541, still charting as well.
But then again, 620. Well, that means it's... Oh, that's when it entered the 200 chart. That shit might have stayed...
Yeah, this is a Billboard 200.
That might have stayed in the 100 for, until... So
the 100? It seemed like as soon as we hit the 2010s, the teens, it started to dip below that Hyundai.
Well, because that dropped 30 years ago today, so 91, and it's still climbing, and it's only at 600-something weeks.
Yeah.
That means it must have fallen off at some point, or it was on a different chart and got moved into that one.
Damn.
Because that's only, like probably 12, 13 years or something like that. Well, that album's 30 years old.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
So maybe did it fall out and drop out and it's back in for a second? I really don't know. I'm just throwing out nonsense here. That's what I do best. It's my superpower. It's my superpower.
You know, I want to close with this. Well, I'll close my section of this Black Album era with this. I can remember fucking being 8 years old, sitting with my brother in the den of our house, in a house where I actually had a den. Oh, you hear that, motherfucker?
The cat?
Pooh Nanner? Trying to ruin my beautiful moment.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, so sitting in this den, lights out, my brother watching fucking Headbangers Ball, man. Ricky Rackman. Actually, I take it back. I don't think Ricky Rackman was there. But it was just fucking music. Enter Sandman video came out.
Okay.
Freaked me the fuck out at 8 years old.
Well, before the Black Album, how many videos did Metallica do?
One.
Yeah,
For one.
right.
1 for 1.
1 for 1.
And
Which does remain that one, man. That's a.
I still haven't watched that movie. Johnny Got His Gun. I don't know if I can.
That video bummed me out enough. I don't need to see.
Yeah,
And
the
it's-
way
and it's-
they interwove it into that and wrote that song about that show.
And apparently, it's not a short movie, sir. It's like 3 hours long.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of quick stops for joy in that. You got no arms, you got no legs, your dick's gone, your hearing's gone, your sight's gone.
What up, Matt?
Can't even taste the dick that's being shoved down your throat on a nightly basis because what are you going to do about it? That's the darker version of 1.
Yeah.
Dick in your mouth, dick in your ass, dick in your soul.
Throw him in the pool, he becomes Bob, right? That's the old school no arms, no legs shit. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this is that there's a shitty card tomorrow, so we're not going to worry about that. The Mead update, we got shit for the next time. We got low.
This is the Metallica show.
It is. That's what this is. So I think we ought to probably just fucking wrap it up and make this episode really what it is and what it should be and what all episodes should be, and that is Metallica and titties.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, that mustache starting to pay off.
Oh, which, by the way, I did. I shaved off the beard. We're back to mask mandates and shit around here, so I'm not doing that shit 2 years in a row. I did it last year, and it was fucking torture. I'm not doing it this year.
I'm not a big fan of it at the moment. I mean, really, I'm kind of growing this out because folks requested it at the job.
Could I request your bud tender to grow out his beard?
Oh, no, this is fellow employees requesting.
Oh, okay.
So you can't let the bros down.
Yeah.
However, I might have to let the bros down for this one. It's through September, right?
I am rocking through September 15th for now.
Okay, so a month.
But
If it gets extended, this is ended.
yeah,
Hello.
I went ahead and jumped right on it, and I left the mustache. The rest of it went.
I got to admit,
It's a 70s porn stash.
it is. It's like you are Hulk Hogan in training right now.
Well, let's not get crazy. I'm not going to start banging Bubba the Love Sponge's wife on camera or whatever. So,
Yeah, well, who could wait in that line?
yeah, there's a line. Drinking tonight.
I'm drinking Bud.
That's it. Listening tonight.
My boys in Metallica.
The only thing in town.
Whack, ga, 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 ga.
Fights, we'll see. Well, if we have enough Budweisers, we'll have
You know,
something.
who
We'll
knows?
put together something.
You got neighbors?
We'll have to weight class them out. But hey, we're
We'll go get some of them Thai chili peppers, rub them in their eyes, beat the shit out of them. Beat
right.
the shit out of them.
we'll be back in like a week, maybe 2. Fuck, who knows?
Who knows? Love you, bitches.
I'm your only true friend now. They'll betray. I'm forever there. I'm your dream, make you real. I'm your eyes when you are still. I'm your pain when